Hey Alpha Fam, Coach Jay, I'm here with another market update. Before we begin, I do want to say that nothing in these videos is financial advice. Everything's for educational purposes only. It's just my own analysis on the market. Also, if you're new to the Alpha Syndicate channel, if you can please give us a like, comment, and a subscribe. We really do appreciate the support. Let's get into the market, guys. So, we had some really good data come out yesterday, guys, and we started getting a pretty good bounce from the market. All right, we'll start with Bitcoin, guys. So we've said it. I think Bitcoin, more and more looking at this and looking at price action, I do think it's completed its spring. If you look here on the 4-hour chart, guys, you can see we're respecting some zones that are very important. Like, for instance, we had this fair value gap right here on the 4-hour. You can see we have basically retested the top of that zone. And then we also had another small fair value gap, which was right here. And we've also respected that zone. Even though we had a couple wicks out, everything closed above it, which is actually pretty bullish looking, guys. And again, I'm starting to lean more that I think at the very minimum, we're definitely in a relief rally. And I do think that the spring is completed. I think the local bottom is most probably, I would say probably 80% in. I would never give anything 100% because, you know, you're only dealing with probabilities with these markets, guys. All right. And with that being said, I think that hopefully today should be a relatively bullish day in the market. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I think the market is starting to understand and absorb this and the implications of how important this is. We've been talking about this, guys. This is the ISM. What this essentially means is, just the TLDR is, when this thing goes over 50, it means the economy is expanding. When it contracts under 50, it means the economy is shrinking. All right. I'm going to show you some very interesting things. We've talked about this on this channel, guys. Every time we've had a bull run, this is 13, we've always been over 50, 17, and 21. I'm starting to see more and more KOLs talk about this. And then I'm also seeing some hate from others talk about it. But regardless, we have to look at the data, and the data shows that it is a fact that every time we've gone over 50, it has also been the same time that crypto's had a bull run. All right, we went up 9.81% yesterday, way more than I was expecting, like maybe to come out 48. It blew my expectations out the water, guys. All right, this is very good for us. All right. And not only is it good for us, but it also is showing that what Trump is doing is actually working. All right. And you can even highlight too, like the 2 times that we've had runs this cycle where we've made local tops. You can see back in basically going out of Q1 into Q2 of 23 into 24, we had a run. And then obviously last year in November, going into the 2025 year, we had a run. In 2024 of November into 2025, we had a run. And you can see both times when these things were going up, those runs happened, but then they quickly retreated or retraced. Now we're over the 50. We've broken above the 50 EMA, guys. It's just showing that hate Trump, love Trump, whatever your political alliance is, whatever he's doing is actually working, guys. We can see it. We can also see it with inflation data. All you got to do is go to Trueflation, and you can track this stuff yourself. Now, obviously, I think the Fed fudges some numbers, but it just shows, generally speaking, from an independent standpoint, inflation is dropping, guys. All right. Then you add on the new Fed guy coming in. You know what I mean? We have a couple of interesting dynamics that are kind of working out in this market right now, guys. And I see so many people like wanting to leave crypto, and I'd argue this is probably the best time to be in it. I mean, I know 2025 was rough, but if you're still here, you might want to hang on just a little bit longer. Obviously, it's not financial advice, but I can only explain to you what I'm doing. I'm personally probably irresponsibly long right now, guys. Just being honest with you, because I not only believe in my analysis, but I also believe that at the very minimum, Bitcoin has to have a relief rally at this zone. And if it decides to roll over and price action starts to get weak, well, we'll decide that at that point, and then I'll, make an adjustment if I think I need to take profits, or if I think, whatever the case might be. I hate to try to predict the future, guys. I like to take things one day at a time. I like to look at price action, but I also utilize the different dynamics that I understand in this market and market structure, especially with the Wyckoff. All right, guys, and we've been really hammering home about the Wyckoff. Other than, I would kind of give hats off to Marty Party and Raul Paul because they've both also highlighted this. But other than just a few other people, most people have really kind of like, I guess the best way to say it is they just turn bearish. And then you have to also understand this, guys. When you're a KOL or you're a person and you decide to sell and turn bearish, you don't want the market to do good. You don't want it to rally. You don't want people to make money because you're on the sidelines. So you're going to sit there and try to be a perma bear and post all sorts of bearish stuff because you want to try to validate your own thesis, or if you took a short, you don't want to get rinsed. So you're trying to convince as many people as possible to basically flip over and to validate. It's almost a ego thing, and everybody kind of deals with it, guys. Nobody wants to be wrong, but it's just what it is, you know. And I see that dynamic a lot, where instead of being encouraging and wanting people to, you know, be profitable and win, you see people just try to tear other people down. I think it's very unfortunate, guys. With that being said, let's look at Bitcoin dominance. It's honestly at a level that I am not very happy with, but we have till Sunday. As long as by Sunday this thing comes back below the 50-day, this is just a quick deviation above it, all right, which is okay. You know what I mean? You can have these quick deviations, but I definitely want Bitcoin dominance to go back below. I'm going to be watching this pretty closely. USDT dominance the same. This thing has come into a major area of resistance and then broken out. We need to see this thing start coming back down. Very interested to see the U.S. market open for today, guys. It's going to be interesting. We have a little bit of data coming out today at 10. We've got JOLTS that comes out today. I don't think we have any other significant data. Oh, yeah, ISM Services PMI. That comes out on the 4th, which is going to be tomorrow. This is going to be an important data. I want to see this go up, all right? It looks like they're forecasting it to drop a little bit, but we actually want to see it go up. And then what else do we have next week? Unemployment. So unemployment is going to be important too, because I'll be honest, guys, we want unemployment to go up. So this would be a picture perfect scenario. If unemployment decided to like go up to like 4.6, all right, this would push the Fed more likely into rate cuts than not. If unemployment drops, then the chances are getting a rate cut next time is probably slim to none. They're going to say the same thing that they've been saying. We're in a strong place to let the data come to us and blah, 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 blah. The same thing Jerome Powell's been saying, guys. I think this is why everybody's so excited to get him out of office, just to be honest with you. He's obviously got the reputation of being too late, Powell, and I do think that he is late on some of his stuff. I also blame Trump because I think sometimes that he gives them the ammo that they need in order just to freeze things, guys. I really, truly do believe that. With that being said, guys, I also want to look at Ethereum, all right? Ethereum's doing the same thing that Bitcoin's doing. It looks pretty good. You can see it's come down into this little area right here, and it's starting to find support right here, which is looking pretty good. A lot of these guys, if you come into like some of the smaller time frames, like here's the hourly, a lot of these look like they're creating these like kind of blue flag kind of structures right now, where you can see they're sitting up underneath the 50-day. They're rejecting a little bit, but I think they're just gathering steam, and a lot of these are doing very similar patterns. So like if you come to Bitcoin, it kind of looks very similar. You can see it's kind of making this bull flag type of pattern right here too. You can see it's found a lot of support at this bottom. We obviously need to see it start reclaiming some of these key levels, but I think it will. And then also, guys, you always look at futures just to give us a good indication on where we think things are going to go for the day. Both S&P 500 and futures had good day yesterday. Both are in the green already. I'm hoping that leads to a green day in the U.S. market. Looking at NASDAQ, same thing. And then looking at S&P 500 yesterday, had a massive day yesterday, guys. It went up almost 0.54%. So this is also important, all right? And the reason I'm saying that is because we don't want the broader stock market going through a correction. That would be terrible for crypto, especially at these critical levels. We want the stock market to rally because it's going to at least give the opportunity for crypto to follow suit, all right? But if the stock market crashes, crypto is going to follow suit, which means that the spring wouldn't be over and they would potentially try to bring it a little bit lower. The reason why I believe in this level so much, guys, is simple. This massive order block, we talked about it. We are in a very key area of support right now, guys. This is a very key area, all right? This entire level, all right? You honestly, when you're looking to take trades or looking to get into the market, bottoms of ranges at key levels is usually your best R&R, guys. Just being honest with you. With that being said, guys, I'm going to make this a little bit shorter of a video. Waiting for the U.S. market to open, waiting for some more data to come out. I think the ISM looked fantastic yesterday. I think that was really good news for us. I think everything's gearing up for what we've been talking about in our different analysis that we've been going over on this channel. Also, if you're new to this channel, again, if you can give us a comment, like, subscribe. We're just trying to get this information out to as many people as possible so I can help as many people as possible. Also, if you're trying to learn this stuff at a deeper level, if you're trying to learn the macro, the fundamentals, the technical analysis, and you're also looking for a place you can get coached, mentored, have a place to network with other entrepreneurs and investors, click the link below, guys. We'll see you inside.